Welcome to a new episode of Sipping on the Common Sense. This is your creator and host, Tiffany. I want to thank everybody that's watching the new episode. I am sitting next to the mama of the community, Mama, what I call her, Mama Ewing. This woman is so special to me. She's a great person to talk to, my mentor. When she's not so busy, I have to schedule. I have the pencil to my schedule to talk with her. So she's just a great, wonderful person, a walking angel to me. Definitely. So. How you doing, Miss Ewing? I know you ain't been on the show. Last time you came on the show was 6 months ago.
Oh, yeah.
But how's everything been going at the Hero Center?
Really good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's been growing. We are in a position right now within the next 30 days that the whole building is being donated to us. And not only the building, but the land all around it. And we're like, that's a God move.
Yeah.
And we've been praying for it. And we were trying to figure out how to buy it, and then God just woke me up one morning and said, ask for it.
Right.
And the Lord answered. So we've been doing that. Great new volunteers. We've been growing. We just graduated our second cohort. Tomorrow graduates from our carpentry school.
Oh, awesome.
And so we've got some young men who were here 12 weeks diligently, and they're walking off into new careers in construction trades.
That's cool.
We've got our color. We have got a donation to use or a resource to use a fully equipped food truck until we build our culinary school.
Right.
And so we're excited to be able to cook and work with some local chefs. We've got a baker. We've got just some amazing people who just said, I want in, I want to help. So it's growing. It's really growing. And so I cannot complain. God's been
good.
Faithful. I'm tired, but it's a good kind of tired.
Explain to the people what is the Hero Center and what is concept is, or what other programs do you offer here?
So I'm going to try to explain it in levels. My role has changed since we last met. So our non-for-profit, our primary non-for-profit is called the Fuller Center for Housing, where we do affordable housing like Habitat. But we realized when we launched that, you can't just give a person a house if you don't deal with their heart, help them make sure they have a job, and if they got issues to stop them from getting a job, you got to deal with all that before they can get a house.
Right.
So we kind of been doing stuff that ain't related to housing underneath it. We have a farm, and we grow food, and we have art, and we have sewing machines, and we have all these ways to connect with the community, doing culinary classes. We started a free farmers market, and we have community gardens, and so we got 300 volunteers a year who get involved in our project. We realized that most of the stuff we've been doing ain't got nothing to do with housing.
Right.
So we now have a new non-for-profit called the Community Works.
Right.
And it's allowed us to take all that stuff not related to housing. So my new identity, I'm the executive director of the Fuller Center for Housing, but I'm also the executive director of the Community Works. And all these two things go under the Hero Project. It's the umbrella.
Yeah.
The umbrella, the Hero Project, is the goal is to bring our community together. Non-for-profits, for-profit, business. We partner with the government. We get houses. We partner with businesses to get jobs.
Right.
We partner with non-profits and civic churches and faith. We bring everybody together. So the Hero Project is all the superheroes coming together saying, we're going to solve the problems in our community.
Right.
So that's kind of it in its nutshell. We do 3 programs. We do affordable housing. We help you find a home, interest-free, 15-year mortgage.
Oh, wow.
We help you become mentally, physically, and spiritually well. Whatever, you don't know what you want to do with your life, this is the place to come to figure that out.
Right.
We have event space and arts, which communities come together through the arts for the last few years. And then the last program is job training and placement. We've placed over 150 people on jobs in the last couple of years. We're the place everybody calls. You know some good person, you know somebody. In fact, I've got several employees looking for assistants and all kinds of stuff now, and tradespeople.
Yeah.
And I can't find enough good people.
Yeah.
So, but that's kind of what we do.
So, why is this so important in our community to have something like that?
A lot of people who are coming to our community from Chicago, Milwaukee, who may be opposed, they don't know where any resources are. Yeah. They walk around like, okay, where do I go for this? Where do I go for that? And there's no one place to go to find out where is everything. Right. The other reason we do this, I have 4 children. I have 4 millennials. Yeah. And it's a challenge because millennials, your group, you all want to do stuff. Yeah. You don't just want to go, we love church and church is great. Right. But you don't want to work with on the usher board.
Right.
You don't want to work you might be able to get involved in media, but that's kind of locked down by the old people, and they're not really letting you in. And so there's not a lot, so that's why a lot of young people ain't going to church. So we've created a place where you can find out your gifts, serve, play your music. A lot of the musicians that play here are church musicians. And they get a chance to just come here and jam to their own music and they want a place to just let the art out. So we put art in the middle of this to engage, because artists are the ones that the enemy comes after more than anybody else. Because visionaries, if you ever fulfill your real purpose in God, you're going to change the world. So his job is to make sure nobody ever gets that. And the churches are kind of failing at helping people find their identity.
Right.
The school ain't doing it.
Yeah, that's true.
So where do you find out who you really are?
Right. Yeah.
We need a place. So the goal is to bring people here. I'm a life coach, and I help you test out some things, help you eliminate some barriers. You've got issues with family or whatever. We help you think that through. But when we get to the root of it, what were you created to do? And once you figure that out, that's where your joy is at. That's where your happiness is. And so we like to call it our little love center. We love on you, help you, but we're going to challenge you. I tell people, you don't want to change, you don't want to come up in here.
Right.
But if you really want to find out who you are and whose you are and what you're called to do with all that stuff inside you, it's the place to hang out.
That's cool, Miss Ewing. You do a lot. You do got a lot of hats. And you know the incident with Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know any music. I wouldn't expect you to, but you know he was a big person that helped out the community, helped people find jobs, and same thing that you're doing. Is it important to give back to your community? Yeah. Or you shouldn't, or stay away from it, you know? So
part of our purpose is to unite the community.
Yeah.
We got a lot of people doing some great stuff around here, but we're all on islands.
Yeah.
There's no power by yourself.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people like, I got my own non-for-profit. We got 20 non-for-profits popping up every week. Everybody want to deal with the kids. This person want to deal with the kids. But you do realize you keep going to Abbey and small and local corporations. They're like, okay, how many people are you impacted? But we got 12 kids in our program.
Right.
They're like, okay, good luck with that.
Yeah.
They're not going to support that, but they will support a coalition.
Right.
So our job, I'm a grant writer by trade.
Right.
So I've written over $10 million in funding. And I work for a large school district. It was easy to do. I had the case of why we need money.
Yeah.
But this season, my goal is to, one, help visionaries realize their purpose and help them find the resources they need to fulfill their purpose.
Right.
So this is not about our non-for-profit. Success for us is that I got a network of non-for-profits who work here, and I'm cranking out money to make sure they're blessed to do what they're called to do.
Right.
So that's really what we want to do, and it's about bringing the community together, but also raising up a new generation of leaders. So the things that I know about grants and programs and how to design programs and all that stuff, I've done that already. 30 years. This is my season to pour into somebody else.
Yeah.
There's a new set of leaders who are saying, I believe I'm supposed to do this, I'm supposed to run a youth ministry, I'm supposed to run youth programs, or I want to start my own business. So that's what we're a hub for resources.
Right.
Whatever you're trying to build, you need a place for somebody to coach you, and if it ain't me, if I don't know, I know somebody.
Right.
And so
absolutely.
Really that's the give back. But we're also, part of it is not about just receiving. We're trying to teach your generation and the generation that you will pour into the teenagers underneath you, and then they'll pour into the younger kids.
Right.
And that's been that's our model.
Right.
That we just believe we're going to teach everybody to give back. And then that's when our community becomes one of love. We ain't as apt to be tearing each other apart or race and division. It's not about politics. It's not about Republican and Democrat. It's about love. We ain't going to survive as America if we don't love each other.
Right.
And
absolutely.
so I can go march Black Lives Matter. I can go say, all this stuff about I'm pro this, I'm pro that. I'm just going to demonstrate love.
Right.
That's all I can do. My job is to love God, love his people. Not to judge his people, but love them. That's between them, what lifestyle they choose or who they want to hang with or whatever politics they got, not none of my business. But I tell the Republicans and the Democrats, if you want to change, if you believe in somebody having a decent place to live, good food to eat, and a job, you can come work with me.
Right.
Atheists, Buddhism, whatever your faith is, if you believe in these three things, let's work together.
Right, absolutely. Why is it so important for you to help people, younger people, to find their purpose?
Because my office is right in front of the county jail. That jail is full of potential. People who didn't know their purpose.
Yeah.
If you don't know what a thing was called to, what was created for, you're going to abuse it.
Right.
If you don't know what you were created to be, you're going to abuse it. Substance abuse, drug abuse, sexual abuse, you're going to do some things to that thing because you don't know what its purpose is.
Right.
And if there's no answer for young people to get that, they're going to wind up in a jail or dead or mentally just lost.
Right.
Mental health is on a rise right now because there is no anchoring. There is, families are broken. You know, the church isn't what it used to be. It's not a place where you go and be loved on. People are judging you. And church is not, it's not a community anymore. It's people coming from outside a community to come to a church. And so they don't stay in that community. So we lose a sense of community. And we wonder why it's all going wrong.
Yeah.
And so I want to create community again. And I want to get to know my neighbors. And so as I do community gardens and I help them, we got kids who come out there and plant food and they get to learn what food is, and we get to see the community when they come in and come to an event or a showcase here at our space, or they come and pick food up from us. We get to meet the community. And so, and in that I get to find out their dreams. And they say, oh, you want to be a radio host?
Right.
I know somebody. Let me call Ted. You know, so, but that's kind of the purpose. So we're trying to create a community hub so we can all get to know each other.
I know you wanted to really to pinpoint the mental health awareness during our conversation. I know you lost someone earlier this year, this young man named Malcolm. What did he mean to you, and what came across that you think you could have, or anyone could have helped him?
I didn't know Malcolm very long, but I met a lot of teachers and counselors who were involved in his life, his parents, and his sister and stuff. He was an amazing young man. We only had him in our school for a little while. I'd heard about him some years ago through some tragedies that happened in the family. And my son Brandon was one of his mentors. And he's this brilliant kid. I mean, 6 instruments, self-taught, all this giftedness. But he didn't fit into a traditional school, and it caused issues sometimes. Kids who got this real brightness and they challenge a teacher. And these kids get bored. And so they started to just do things behaviorally or whatever. And it wasn't just Malcolm. I saw my own son go through that. My oldest son go through that. He was brilliant. He was, 11th grade math. When he was in 2nd grade, but he didn't fit, and so you just saw him shut down and didn't go to his full potential, and he was bored in classrooms, and I saw it personally. And so Malcolm was kind of that kid. So he didn't fit. He graduated early, went away, but he was still trying to figure it out. And he grew up in the church, and he had great love for God and all of this, but something disconnected. And so as our church, sometimes when our young people are asking questions that don't fit in the box, we challenge them. I'm not saying that was Malcolm's story, but I'm saying I can relate to that. I was that bright kid who was very curious, and I asked 1,000 questions, but I asked some questions that made people, why God people let people die? They're like, here we go. And I'm just saying, I experienced that disconnect. And so I went out searching for alternative religions and all of that. And we don't know ultimately what happened to Malcolm, but I watched him go from low, sometimes just lost, but I saw him in his last days. He was finding purpose. He was really waking up. And because we weren't parents, we weren't church, we were this outside piece, and he was surrounded by men who were speaking into him, and these other men had backgrounds and all this stuff, and he'd never been that route, but they saw him as a little brother and loved on him. So they had a community. And so it was amazing to watch. But I've watched this through working with hundreds of kids, thousands of kids in the school system, of kids who don't fit the box. And they get ostracized and they drop out and they're just lost. And as I go into the jail, and a lot of these young men have backgrounds who had IEPs, they were considered special ed, the school district labels them. They just think different. And then it becomes a stigma. And then you feel like you're dumb, and you feel like you have no purpose. And I'm here to tell you, what we do here, I have people who have schizophrenia, bipolar, manic depression disorder. Some of my seniors who work here, they're dealing with different facets of mental challenges as well. I have people who volunteer with us who dealt with alcoholism, who are ADHD, ADD, who had all these labels when they were in school, but when they come here, they're just my friends. And we grow food together, we cook together, and we have fun together, and so we've got to create a place for everybody. The church is supposed to be it, but it doesn't necessarily happen. So part of my goal is to raise an awareness about what's happening, that we need to love our children. And one of the biggest mistakes I made as a mom is I had this box that was comfortable for me that I wanted all my children to fit in. And none of those knuckleheads fit in that box. They all went a different way.
Yeah, everybody.
I'm like, here's my box. It's all empty. My kids over here, my kids. All 4 of them went their own route.
Yeah.
But then God was like, when you going to get it?
Right.
I made no 2 humans in the earth the same. Why would you think they fit into the same box?
Right.
Whenever you embrace this, you'll have a better relationship with your kids.
Right.
Oh, that's how I go down. My bad.
That's true. That's
true.
It
took me a while, and I lost time. And as a mother, I grieved the time I lost with my kids. To the opportunity to love them and stop judging them and trying to put them in my box so I could brag on them because they fit my box of success. And that's some bogus stuff. Don't do that to your kids. Yeah. And now that I have that revelation, part of this is the training of other parents. Right. Don't do this to your children. As I meet the new millennials who are now managing their children and they're doing some of the same behaviors that were poured into them on their children, we need to learn all that together. So some of the things we want to do this year is really bring together just some, we don't want to do support groups. Hi, my name is, and I beat my kids. I'm not trying to do that. But when we're cooking together and we're just fellowshipping together, we're talking about real stuff. And so that's why we do the arts. You know, we're here and the guys are setting up music. They're up here talking to each other, or we're building houses, or we're doing a garden. We get to talk about real stuff and live life together and not be stuck on what you did wrong. Let's focus on what you're doing right. Yeah. And that's kind of what the world I want to create.
Right, exactly. Why do you think people are so afraid to discuss mental health?
In the black community?
In the black community.
Especially because you just don't talk about that crazy cousin over there. Just say, that's just crazy joke. I mean, it's like, that's just crazy joke. You know, mama she's having hormone issues. Right, you know, she don't, it's that time of the month. And they want to, no, something's deeper than that. Right. I mean, people who are survivors of what we call for the military. So I'm a veteran. So post-traumatic stress disorder. Right. You know, they only see it as related to veterans. Yeah. But if you've been a child in an abusive relationship, or been sexually abused, or physically abused, mentally abused, all of that, you had a parent who beat you and didn't know how to speak life into you, and you never got love the way you needed, that's post-traumatic stress disorder. You're still in a trauma. Right. You don't know how to process the pain. Right. And if some people, we can put on our good mask and we can fake it till we make it. Yeah. And we cry over a liquor bottle, or we cry with some drugs. Right. And that's how we cope it. Right. But most people are walking around, 9 out of 10 people are dealing with this stuff. Something that went wrong in their family. Yeah. And Oprah ain't on TV no more. Yeah. So nobody's talking about it like that no more. You know.
Yana.
Yana, yeah. You know, but she's going to scream at you. People don't want to be screamed at. My husband loves it. He's like, I hate her. She screams. She can have the best thing, but she's screaming at me. And so,
I like her.
But I realized before Oprah came on, my parents, my biological mother, didn't have somebody how to love a child. Mm-hmm. So where was she supposed to learn that? Right, that's true. What, June, the Leave It to Beaver, you know, the Brady Bunch, there was no relevant, you know, Cosby Show we finally got, or, you know, the really poor family, the Evans family, you know, on Good Time. But where did you really learn how to love on your child, communicate with your child, lift up your child? The training wasn't there. Yeah. Oh, we got beat. Yeah. We got beat down. Yeah. You crying? What you crying for? I'm gonna give you something to cry about. Yeah. And so without those tools there, we got a lot of people walking around just angry. Yeah. And all this stuff inside. Yeah. And they don't have nowhere to pour it out at. A man ain't got nobody to talk to about it. Because heaven forbid, a man ain't gonna talk to about it. Yeah. And if you're thinking an alternative thought that don't fit into the box and you're afraid to be judged, you're not gonna talk about it. I live the gay lifestyle. I wasn't gonna tell my family I made that choice. Right. So I'm like, I'm just going to hold that to myself and go through it and figure it out and do it in secret and go to whatever I was going to do. Right. And what a shame. And I used to be with all these club kids who had been through abuse, been through this. No, but when we would go into that party, we danced our lives away. Yeah. And we just, all our pain we thought went away just because we were among our people. And I remember, so God has also called me. I no longer live that lifestyle, but I have a tenderness for it because I remember being a lost kid up in there. And a lot of the kids had dealt with abuse, or some had never dealt with abuse. They just, this was their style, their lifestyle, but they weren't accepted anywhere. Yeah. And so part of here, we've had, all are welcome here. Black, white, gay, straight, don't care, whatever you love, you're welcome here. And it's important to me that they know this is a place they can be loved, because it's not my place to judge the life. But I tell them be healthy, be smart, be a good person. I ain't gonna let you stand up here and be a whore all over the place, and
right.
I'm not gonna condone that heterosexual or sexual.
Yeah,
it's wrong.
Right.
And so I'm gonna tell you, be true to somebody, be true to yourself.
Right.
And so if we do that coaching here, so it's that important. Yeah. That people know they're loved.
Right. Absolutely. Miss Ewing, okay. Beat to the fire. Okay. And how do we keep our mental health in check? I think that's the question that people don't ask. Like, what should we do? Because everybody can't afford therapy.
Nobody can afford it. Yeah, most people can't.
Yeah.
For me, because of everything that I've been through, what gives, and it was 22 years ago, March this year, that I found faith. I found God. And I was in the middle of a suicide attempt. And because I couldn't take it anymore. You got all the memories of stuff that people did to you, and you can't reconcile it. You got anger and bitterness in your soul. You're mad, at the education system that failed you because nobody heard you there. You were right there in your family and they didn't see you. You were invisible, because the people were busy with life, and you grew up. And I grew up 33 years screaming and nobody heard me. And so here I am like, what, it's just easy to check out of here. It is never going to change for me. I grew up in the church. Right. I grew up sitting next to my grandmama eating peppermints.
Right.
And her little candy bag that she had in her purse and chewing gum. And so, but there was no spirit in me. I mean, I saw people hooping and hollering and all kinds of stuff going on and theatrics, but I didn't see any power. I felt like people were coming into an emergency room and there was no doctors. And I'm like, well, why would I go to this if it's not changing me? If I'm broken, I walked in there and I'm broken, I leave. My lights are still off. I'm still going to get beat when I go home. I'm still going to be sexually abused when I go home. Why would I go to this place? There's no power here. But God said that ain't where the power, I'm the power. It ain't those people, it's me. Right. And so it was in that bathroom as I had taken one bottle of pills to die. The guy says, and I'm screaming, and he says, don't do this. I want you to have a plan for your life. And I cussed him out. Right. I'm like, oh, you're going to show up now. Right. After I've been through all of this. Yeah. What kind of God allows a kid to go through this kind of stuff? Right. They know what kind of loving God allows somebody to be hurt this much. And I screamed and I yelled and I asked why and I cried. And he says, it was your training ground. I need you to be equipped for the future that's coming. Satan's going to be unleashed. He's going to be coming and killing people. But you are going to show them how to get out. You are going to show them they can make it through it. So my pain has purpose. Everything that you've been through, the bullets that were sent to kill you are the ones you load up now to take out the enemy. You got to understand what's in your toolbox. No more shame with it. Take that. Physical abuse, sexual abuse, whatever identity crisis you've been through, if you've been through, you thought if you were gay and you said, now I can help somebody else, another kid who was like me, then you now use that to go minister to a kid who was like you. It is not, people are carrying shame and they won't tell their secrets. Right. Because I don't want nobody to judge me. If somebody's dying on your watch, you got the antidote to the person laying in the hospital bed you just got out of. Right. How you gonna stand there and you got the antidote, you watching somebody die? Right. So this got stung by a snake and you got exactly what they need, but you like, I ain't saying nothing, that they business. Right. I ain't getting all into that. Really? Yeah. We were sent to the earth for a purpose. Right. To help others. Every human, no two alike, has a unique assignment on the earth. Tiff has an assignment to a certain tribe of people based on everything you've been through, operative word through, and only you can fulfill that. I got my assignment. Right. Everybody got their assignment. But everybody's around the selfie. It's about me. I ain't serving nobody. When I get old and I get myself together, I'll get back. Right. Some kid needs you now. Right. The same kid you were living in that household, it was a house from hell. When you look at a group of kids, you know it's a familiar spirit. You can pick out the kid, you know who was like you. And you saying, I ain't gonna get caught. But a shame. Yeah. And so what I'm saying, you got to get into your God, because that's where your joy is. Right. That's where your peace is. Yeah. When you're doing the thing you were created to do, your genius comes out. You want to see how smart you are? Do the thing God told you to do. Not what your friends said, not the school you went to, trying to impress somebody, going into a career you ain't got no anointing to do. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But if you do that thing God told you to do, you will see yourself soar. You don't think about money. You'll do it for free. You'll do it because you're in your gifting. Yeah. So the secret of why I bring everybody to my little cauldron is to help them find that thing so they can activate that superpower, and they can go save somebody.
Right.
So yeah.
Look at you. That's you. Okay, look at.
But to answer to this, you gotta have faith.
Yeah.
I can't candy coat it. I can't say, well, I'm not saying everybody's supposed to do the Jesus thing. The Jesus story worked for me.
Right.
I tried Buddhism and Nation of Islam. I tried Universal Aware. I tried 5 different religions.
Yeah.
But I'm saying I know what worked for me. And then when I chose to stop trying to fix my life and give it back to God who brought me here.
Yeah.
I said, tell me what you want me to do, God.
Yeah.
And when he told me, then I was like, it got better.
Yeah.
And
you surrender.
And then when you say, and when you start helping people, that heals you every day. Every time you tell that testimony of yours, you get stronger because it didn't kill you. Nobody shunned you.
Yeah.
And you get stronger. You get more cocky. You get more bold.
Right.
And then you become beast mode. So yeah, let out the beast.
Since you don't listen to rap music, let me find out you listen to Kendrick Lamar. Oh God!
I hear a little.
Let me find out Brandon put music.
Yes.
Shout out to Brandon. Shout out to you. So Pride Month is coming up.
Yes.
I know. Yeah, me and you have conversations because I told you my story. I am gay. I came out last year or the year before. It was a tough process to tell my parents that.
Oh, I can imagine.
All my friends knew, my brother and sister, cousins and stuff like that, but my parents didn't know. Very conservative people, but they love me, they accept me, but they don't accept the lifestyle. But they still love me.
Yeah.
And I respect that. I don't bring women around them or something like that. I don't do none of that. I respect their wishes and stuff like that. I know you have a gay daughter. How is that experience, or how did she come out to you? How did you take that?
I watched her in a lot of pain for some years, just trying to figure out who she was as a person. And then she came out a few years ago. Because I lived it, I wasn't shocked by it.
Yeah.
And I didn't, so as a Christian or, in my faith, I love her. I accept her. And that's between her and God.
Yeah.
She was created, so many people going through this. And I watch hundreds of people, friends of mine, go through this, including myself. At the end of the day, I told my daughter, I said, check in with God. And as long as you go with God, I ain't got nothing to say about it. Make sure God says, because you're a believer. Everything I do, whether I marry a man or marry a woman, I got to check in with God. Is this the person I'm supposed to be with?
Right.
I start there. And if you have peace about what you feel that God is telling you to do, who am I to judge that?
Right.
I have my thoughts about it, but I support you.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna love you. And if any of you look on my Facebook page, you'll see pictures of my daughter and her girlfriend in our family photos for the holidays. That's how we embraced it.
Right.
I danced at my other son's wedding with her. I mean, it's like, so I love her. I love that. They're not, so I love my daughter unconditionally, and I love anybody she loves. My job is to love anybody who comes to my home.
Right.
With God's love.
Right.
Period. And I just challenge them. Make sure you good with God. You good with God. You good with me.
Right. How do the parents? What advice do you give the parents that
love your baby? Don't change the love.
Yeah.
That's again making that box that you want your perfect child to fit in. You can't do that to them.
Yeah.
It is not your job to judge them like that.
Yeah.
You can have a thought. I was like, my thoughts as a Christian.
Yeah.
But that's okay. That's my thought.
Right.
You got to live your life.
Right.
Whatever makes you happy. And that's all I can say to them.
Yeah.
You know the word. You know what our faith believes in. And it's like, but you have to make that choice for yourself.
Right.
But I can't say, and no human really on the earth can say. There are some things in the word that definitely talk about it. But at the end of the day, God, it's from one end of the earth to the next. He created all of us. Yeah. There's something in it, and I got it. When I get to heaven, I'm gonna ask.
Right.
I'm gonna get it. But right now, God says, you ain't gotta think about it. Love him. Period. And so I'm telling every parent, love your child.
Yeah.
Love your child.
Yeah.
You can set boundaries of what you can accept. It's like, I don't want all that in my home.
Right.
That's your option to do so.
Yeah.
You know, none of my kids sleep with nobody in my house.
Right.
I'm just saying. You know, they all
no
know
fire
that.
in the house.
In case they married, you know. And so, but my point is, as long as you set your boundaries, but do not disrespect your child.
Right.
Love them, respect them, let them know that they're loved, unconditional love, and that never changes no matter who they sleep with. Period. You just, anything else than that, I've seen people shun their kids, who disconnect from their kids. I would never do that.
Yeah.
Could never do that.
Yeah.
And I would not advise a parent to ever do that.
Yeah.
Because you will pay a price for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
How important is a relationship between a mother and a daughter? Because I see now that is tricky.
It's tricky.
It is tricky.
I'm running into so many women, including myself. I mean, I've had some revelation just in this week. I just finished ministering to a young mother. And the same thing that I did to my daughter, she did to hers. My daughter, I was pregnant, and my husband didn't want me to be pregnant. And so the spirit of rejection was already in my daughter before she was born. I didn't know if I wanted another baby because I didn't have a good marriage.
Right.
And so here's this baby in me. I don't want her. But then I realized I couldn't kill her.
Yeah.
And I wanted to keep her, but her father didn't want her. And for 9 months it was hell, being rejected. And so when she's born, and then he wanted her, he fell in love with her, which is great. Yeah. And they were very close. Right. But then I stepped back because of our relationship was so messed up. Right. Mamas, you out here with this man, and your children are paying the price. Right. So I separated from my daughter. So she was rejected in the womb, and I basically rejected her when she came out. And so I loved her. Right. But I was so mentally broken because of a bad marriage, of marrying someone I wasn't supposed to be married to, that I couldn't be emotionally available there for my kids. Yeah. And so my little girl grew up in her formative years without me. Right. And then when he decides to leave, now she's got to figure out who am I. And I never figured out why we couldn't bond, why we couldn't get as close. I created some things that kept us separated. Yeah. And then when she saw her father walk out and she saw us fighting, it looked like it was all me. Because she was closer to him than she was to me, and he left her for almost a year. She didn't know what to do and how to process that. And I'm trying to bond with her, and I'm grieving over a broken marriage, and she's grieving over a lost father, and my whole family is struggling. We're all going through hell together. Yeah. And I realized I lost so many years with her. Yeah. And I wonder why we couldn't be close. So many of us as mothers make decisions when they're young, because we got multiple baby fathers and all this drama that we bring into the light. Yeah. We are building, whatever you build, if you're building a garden, you gotta have good soil. Yeah. And if the soil is foul, the soil's got toxins in it, and it's got all this stuff, it's not gonna grow well. Right. And I created a toxic environment for my children to grow in. Right. I didn't know my oldest son's father. I was out there promiscuous. I had this baby out of wedlock, didn't even know his daddy was. And I basically brought my children into my crazy mess, my sin. And because of that, it impacted them. They're doing okay now. Yeah. But the root of that, they're still dealing with the pain of how I brought them up. Right. And I gotta own it as a mother. Right. And I just say you can't now, but you can't play that violin. Like, well, my mama didn't love me, you can't do that. At some point, you got to get to, because my mother didn't love me either. My mother tried to kill me 3 times before I was born. So she's, coat hanger, all this stuff. And so imagine the rejection. I was born into rejection. So here I come into the world, a mother who don't want me, and she gave me away to my grandmother raised. Yeah. So now there's a generational curse that's birthing. My mother rejected me, her mother rejected her, and then I rejected my own child. Right. And she's opted not to have children. What a shame. And what I'm saying is that's what we create. Yeah. And so we as parents have to reconcile what we've done to our children. Right. I went to my daughter and I apologized to her for what I did to her, how I abandoned her. And we're still working on our relationship. I can't carry it anymore. Right. Now it's on her. Right. I'm healed. She's got to choose to heal. But if you keep playing the violin, and what happened to you when you was 2? What happened when you was 5? And you 55. Come on now. And I'm meeting 70-year-old women still talk about what their mother did. You're right. And so I'm just saying, I'm seeing it they haven't let it go.
Yeah.
And if you keep playing that, Satan's like, oh, I still got control of you.
Right.
Instead of saying I'm delivered and God healed me and I forgave my mother and I'm good. We holding on to that.
Yeah.
So the mother-daughter relationship, it's happening all across with the sons as well.
Yeah.
But definitely mother's-daughter. But Satan comes after women.
Right.
Because if he can break that woman, he can create the generational curses and make sure she's never successful nor her children. So we need to be warred up about this. Instead of us looking at each other like this and women not connected, that's why he does that. Because if we ever really came together and told our stories, we tear his kingdom down. So his job is to keep us separated. Well, I don't really like women like that. I just like to hang out. I get along with guys better than I do with women. I said that for years. Yeah. I don't really like women.
I still a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's not my fault, Ms. Ewing. I'm outgoing. You know that.
I know.
They started first.
I know.
It's not me. No,
but it is. And so but Satan is like, yes, I like it when they don't talk to each other. I like it when they can't stand each other. They look each other down in the room. Yeah. That way they'll never get connected and understand they can take me out because God said you will step on the neck of the serpent. We are the one that's supposed to kill Satan's territory. So his job is to kill us. Right. Kill us through all kinds of, through alcohol, drugs, promiscuity, accepting a man who's sleeping with 3 women, all that stuff, being bitter and broken and all this stuff, angry black woman syndrome, all of that. But that's cross-cultural right now. It's not just black women, it's angry white women who are going through divorce and having to do it on their own and all this stuff, but keeping us disconnected. We ain't going to tell our business. Don't tell my business. I don't want you to know my business. Right. Because you try to use against me. That's how people think. Exactly. Yeah. But no, I am really trying to do some powerful things with women and their daughters this year. Because I just ran into too many women with my story. Right. That's awesome. And who have not, but they have not reconciled with their daughters. They have not told their daughters the whole story yet. Yeah. And there's a block. The child knows. Yeah. The child knows. Yeah. There's a disconnect there. And we got to take off your mask. Yeah. Take off so you could be free. Whether your child chooses to be free or not, you be free. Right. Yeah.
Oh man, that is powerful. Yeah, I just think sometimes, even for me, it's hard for me to connect with women because a lot of women think if I talk to them, I'm trying to approach them, and that's not the case. It doesn't mean because I'm gay. I'm hungry all the time. Right. That's not the case. I have girlfriends I've been friends with over 20 years. You know, and it's just sometimes it's tough. You know, it's that disconnect. It's like, man, I'm not interested in you though. I hate to be a jerk at the end, but it's you're not my type, right? But I'm just saying facts. I'm like, man, I was like, why can't we just have a conversation? It don't have to go no more than I want to talk about. But it's hard. Women make it hard. We do make it hard on other women. And I have fault at that sometimes because I think some women don't like me. You know what I'm saying? Even me being grown, I have that back in my mind. I don't fit in, you know. I'm not trying to fit in, but it's always in that back of your mind, you know.
Me too. I mean, I'm vocal.
Yeah, me too.
I don't do well with groups, and because I'm gonna speak my mind. I'm not gonna candy coat it. Right. And so, me too. And for that reason, I don't try to do boards. I don't try to do this because people don't always get offended because I think differently. And so I say, you know what? Let me step back. Yeah. You know, clearly, this isn't for me. So I built a world, and now I have new friends who come to me. Yeah. So if you come in my house, that means you want to be my friend. So if you hang out here, I got friends who come every Tuesday. You know? Right. And I got white friends, old friends, older than me, younger than me, and I love it. And so it gave me a validation for me. If people are coming, like when I thought nobody would like me. Yeah. And I went through that. And when I had my 50th birthday, my husband gave me a party, and my house was full of 75 people came for my birthday. And Satan wanted to tell me, you ain't got no friends. Right. You know, I don't have a girlfriend to go hang out and shop with or anything. Right. And so I feel like something's wrong. But I'm just saying, God's like, look around. There's a lot of people who love you. Stop listening to Satan. Amen. Yeah, because we got to get out of our own head. We got to get our own head. Yeah, we do. Definitely me. You know, I have a new goal this year to network more, but we'll see how that goes. You're going to do it. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. You're going to do it. You're going to do it here. It's going to be good. Yes. Matter of fact, that is a show that we should do on mothers and daughters. And I really, I think we need to do. I'm actually, we're gonna be doing some of that here as well for our show, our Hero Cafe show. But I think that's an opportunity to really, and I'd love to have you on our show.
Yeah.
To really talk about this, and I love, you know, if your mom wants to come on or whatever. But I'm just saying, we need to have an open dialogue about that, and then I think there's going to be some really good projects this year about that. Yeah. Even a play or two or something.
Oh yeah.
Just to be able to show it in different venues and ways.
Yeah, me and my mom we're very close. I mean, my mom is my best friend. I talk to her about she know everything.
Oh, see.
But she's not really close to the other two. You know, the oldest. They call me the golden child because
you got the
I got the end of the stick, I guess. But that's not really the case. I think it's just a miscommunication.
When you were young
and she was really young when she had them.
Right. So it's like she's trying to navigate and grow up herself. Yeah. So now she learned a thing or two. Yeah. You get a little more attention. You only want. So and
I told her, I was like, Mom was old when she had me.
I'm sure
so her party days was like really over. I mean, they was kicking it out the house. Yeah, they had parties at the house. They weren't clubbing like that. I mean,
they think my youngest son
when she had John, she was clubbing. So she would. I mean, I'm sorry about.
I know, right? So first you got mama at the club.
My dad was kicking it hard when she
there
had
you go. But it's a conversation.
Yeah.
So many people are hurting, and I meet women who are really still hurting for that unresolved love from a mom. Yeah. And God can fix that.
Mm-hmm. How's the relationship between your mom? She's still.
So my biological mother passed away.
Yeah, okay.
My aunt stepped in and adopted me.
Okay.
And it took a while for me to receive her love.
Yeah.
I mean, she was a great caregiver for me. But she grew up in the same house as my grandmother, right? And there was 12 of them. And they were birthed to run my grandfather's farm. It was all about the business. And so you're talking 12 kids in a house, and it's all your dad. Ain't no love, ain't nobody hugging on you. Yeah. Ain't no Oprah on TV to tell you how to talk to your kids. Right. And they were just, and then as soon as they could, they got out of there. Yeah. And so when I realized there was a disconnect between my aunt, I'm like, why can't you just love me and be tender to me? And she would come in, I'd be crying, and she'd say, what are you crying for now? Yeah. And then now when I became a parent, and I saw my daughter cry or my son cry, and I would yell at them too. And I'm like, why am I yelling at them? And I remembered that feeling. Yeah. Why won't they listen? It's because when you're little and you fell on the ground and you skinned your knee, mom could get you a Band-Aid and back pain you scream, but you'd be all right. But when you're starting to cry and I can't fix it, when mama can't fix it, and daddy can't fix it, we yell because we can't fix it. We can't help you. You're in something we can't even figure out. When you're crying and you can't even explain it, daddy's fixed up. Mama's fixed up. But when you've not gotten to a situation, you're crying, I can't fix it. My response should be, love you more, but I'm mad at you because I can't fix it and I feel like I failed. And so I didn't understand until I became a mom. That I yelled at my children when they were crying. What are you crying for? I'm yelling. And it wasn't because I didn't love them. It's because I couldn't fix it. Yeah. But all you remember is the bad memory. Mom yelled at me when I cried. Right. Yeah. And so revelation is real. And then till the day I die, I'm going to still try to fix this thing and fix me. I'm not done yet. Yeah. Please be patient with me. God isn't through with me yet. It's one of my favorite shirts to wear. And so, and that's the truth about this. You're never there until the day you die and get to heaven. So, lighten up. Right. We're all jacked up. Ain't nobody perfect, including your parents. So
how did you process to forgive at that point?
Because when I really got saved after the suicide attempt, I wanted God to forgive me. And he says, I can't forgive you if you won't forgive your brother. And I knew I had a lot of stuff to be forgiven for. So I had to go get on the forgiving wagon. And plus it was like, and the reality is this, not forgiving somebody is you taking poison and expecting somebody else to die. I'm over here drinking it, but you better die. You die. I mean, I'm over here dying, and that person living their life. And so you got to get that poison out of your hand. Forgive, move on, reconcile it. And then God had me, part of the hardest forgiveness things was through a divorce, and I just was ministering to someone about this just an hour ago. God had me look at the person who hurt me the most through his eyes. And I saw my ex-husband sitting in a chair being beaten I saw him in chains, being tortured. And I had every reason in the world to hate him for a long time.
Right.
But when God showed me what he was going through, I then shifted and started praying for him. And then I took my children and I said, we need to pray for him. I know he's not here for you right now, but we need to pray for him. And when they saw mommy get whole, they became whole. And they realized we'd like them to be here, but that wasn't God's way. Right. And so I had to teach my children, but mama had to become whole first. And I had to teach them how to forgive. And they saw me go through the pain. And when they saw me get hurt and forgive that person, that's how they learned it. Right. So your words is one thing, but your actions speak way louder. You have to forgive, and you have to look at them. The person who's the nastiest to you, whether it be your boss, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your lover, your whatever, they're in bondage. No human ways to say, I want to make everybody's life miserable. They're in bondage. So your job is to either God, you need to say, God, am I supposed to sever this relationship? Get closer, pray for them, stay in it, or get the hell out. Right. You have to ask God. You need to know. God will tell you, because sometimes they will change. But sometimes we trying to fix and trying to be God. Right. Oh, I'm gonna help them get saved. I'm in this unequally yoked relationship. I know they don't know Jesus yet, but I'm gonna show them, and I'm gonna show them how to love. And then you wonder why all hell breaking loose. And now you're mad at God because he wasn't there when you was going through pain. Really? He like, you didn't ask me about the relationship. And then now you all hurting. And now you coming to me and you want me to fix it. Right. You put yourself in that situation. But God has grace. But you have to always seek his voice for whoever you with. And if they ain't got a relationship with God and you do, you inviting Satan into your relationship. You asking for help. That's the portal. So when you got to make sure they're in the same mindset as you, because there's some things you ain't gonna do when you know you anchored in God. Right. But if you hooking up with somebody who ain't, you asking for hell to come your way. Right. And I did that in that first marriage, and hell came. And hell almost took me out. But God.
Go ahead, Michelle. Go ahead.
Forgive.
So, I try to live by these principles: learn, laugh, and love.
I love that. That's good.
That's the purpose of the show. Who do you learn from?
I am learning from everybody around me. The reason I surround myself with young people, I like the freedom. You all, the millennials, what I love about your thought process. They say it's a selfie generation. We all was there. We was 22. We was 20. We was the same way. Right. They act like this is all new. No, 1960 Time Magazine showed it's all about them. Same situation. But I'm learning because there's an appreciation of having a life. In other words, y'all ain't trying to work 65 hours a week at this job. Y'all like, no. I want to work, and if I can work from home, even better. And I'm going on vacation with my friends, and I'm going to go do this, and I'm going to travel the world, and I'm loving that. And so I love the freedom of that, because a lot of my people are like, when I get retired, I'm going to go and travel. Now you're too tired and your knees don't work. So I'm up here learning through my sons, and my oldest son, he and his wife, they travel the world. They love traveling. She's Chinese, and they've been to Japan. My son's been to Japan, and he has a job that takes him to Africa. And I sit here like, I need to travel. And I got my passport. I said, this is my year to get my passport. I'm going on my first away vacation. But I'm learning through my children how to live life to the fullest. But all I ask is that they also be trainable. That you don't live until the fullest, you're in debt. You can afford that life. Right. So do it in where you don't go into debt. You got to live off me. Now I got a lot of my friends and family members. They got these adult children who live in life to the fullest, cruises and all this. Right. But they like market up. They ain't got money for rent when we come back. Now that's not the way to do it. So, so I'm all about you. Go live your life, but it don't cost me to take away mine. Right. You like my stability. Right. You go. Yeah, that don't want to work. But who I'm learning from is the young people around me. I'm learning from when a few months ago we had the links. We had a book signing here, and we had all these women here, 50, 60, 70 years old, writing their books. Oh my God, I ran out of money that day. They're writing their life stories. How amazing is that? So I learned from my seniors because they kind of at that stage, I don't care what you think about me. Right. So I'm embracing that one because I got my gray hair coming in now.
It looks good with you.
So I'm like,
the shortcut.
I'm like, I can work this. So I'm learning from my seniors how to live life to the fullest. I'm learning from the young folks. So it's good. Right. And then I'm just helping everybody don't get low. Yeah. I'm the cheerleader for both generations. And I'm like, let's do this thing together and then celebrate life together. Right. So absolutely. Who are you learning from?
Oh, that's a good question. Who did I learn from? I think my mother. Yeah. We talk a lot. So I learn a lot from her mistakes and what she's learned from her mistakes and stuff like that. She's growing as a person too. She's been through a lot in her timing and stuff like that. But I learn from her, and she pushes me to keep going. Especially in my show, she pushed me like, keep going with that. You created something. See what it can turn into. She pushes me to the next level, so that's what I learned.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. And that's a precious thing to have. My aunt, who my adopted mom, she was my mother's sister. Yeah. We are really getting closer now, and she celebrates what I do now. She cheers me on, and that's really precious to have, to be able to, I can call her and talk to her, I'm struggling, this, and she's my prayer warrior. And so I never really had that intimacy in my earlier years, but God has given it to me in so many women right now. I've got some beautiful, beautiful, strong mothers who are surrounding me now every Tuesday, who pour into me and lift me up. And there's a scripture in the Bible that talk about when Moses was, Aaron had to lift his arms up just to, to keep the sea open for the, the Israelites to pass. And this is a season I need someone to lift up my arms. The territory is big, the mission is big, but I was getting weary. And so God is sending me some powerful, godly women who are saying, we got you. We're going to pray for you. We're going to lift your arm up. Keep doing it. God, woman of God, keep building up these people. But it's when you pour out every week, you pour out. I mean, I've had some really hard things going with the students and the suicide. I mean, the death of one of our students and the young men who are here who are struggling with all kinds of different past barriers of themselves. That drains you every day. Yeah, and it's like, and some days I'm just like, man. And then I say, God, fill me up. Yeah. And so my hope for this year is to really get my word at a whole nother level, to really get into the fellowship of godly women, and that we will study and help other women. Yeah. And then we're building a training school, a transformation academy, culinary school, carpentry school, to literally transform this community. We're trying to get people to work. We're not just a regular non-for-profit. We want to have social enterprise businesses that are going to be running out of here. It's going to be the arts. It's going to be all of that. And I'm excited, and I can't do it alone. Right. And so it is a network of the community to pull this off. And so, yes, if you got some gifts, some talents, you want to share, you want in a unique way, you don't want to do it alone. Yeah. We need you. We need techies. We need all that. We're going to do a tech program, music studio, media art studio, design studio, all that's coming. And I'm saying, so if you can sew, whatever, you got some good gifts, but if you ain't ready to change, you don't want to come up in here. Yeah. But if you want to be changed, you want to be your best self, come on. We'd love to have you.
And I got another question. Who do you love the most? Not the most, but
person, Jesus first. Right. The Trinity. I love me some God. Love my husband. I gotta go with that. Yeah. He is
very nice guy.
He is a sweetheart. Yeah. He is not afraid of my growth. He's my cheerleader. He's the person I just go home and I don't have to be a superwoman. I can just crawl in his arms and lay what we call the spot right here, and I just melt. And he just loves me through it, and the lows and the highs, and he sees me hurt by people, and he encourages me, and he challenges me, and sometimes I don't want him challenging me, but but he makes me a better person because he is a people person. I'm not. I really am not. But because I've been married to him, God is teaching me. I'm sorry, I'm reframing it. I am a people person. I'm not doing it anymore. But he has taught me to have a gift of hospitality and to love on people and make them feel special. And so every time I open up this place to the community, and I crucify a little bit of my flesh to do it, I'm like, these people drive me crazy. But I try to do it in excellence, and that's why we created so creatively and try to make it really nice because we want people to feel the love when they walk in. That it's when we do a party that we go above and beyond, and we really want to do that and that's why we do parties now. So it is a chance just to love on families. We've done repasses here and loved on families who are grieving, and we've done baby showers, and we just did the Deltas were here, the Delta Gyms, and we were able to love on them and just teach them how to. We were cooking together and just enjoying it. Let these young women speak, and so I like people now. It's working for me. But pray for us, sister. I can be challenging. Okay. So yes.
Last question.
Yeah.
Who makes you laugh?
My grandchildren.
Oh, okay.
My grandchildren. I have 3 boys. I have 2 prophets and a king. I have Nehemiah, Josiah, King Josiah, and Isaiah.
Oh, okay.
And they're when to walk through my home, and I don't get to spend as much time with them because I'm always here and working. I'm not that grandma yet that I can have the kids over all the time, but to walk through my house and hear their laughter. And when you hear the little one, the 3-year-old, and when he gets that belly laugh and he's just like can't breathe, laugh. That makes me laugh. To hear him laugh and to hear all my children laugh, and my youngest son, who's a great uncle, and he's on the floor and they're all in the pub, and my dog is all on top and he's laughing and giggling, and to hear a belly laugh, that makes me laugh. My husband thinks he's a comedian, and he can't be funny. One of my requirements that I'm a man who make me laugh, and he does. His humor's dry, and that's why it's funny. The kids laugh at it, but he makes me laugh with joy. And
Okay, Miss Ewing. All right. I appreciate you coming on the show, talking with me again. I definitely have to make this like a quarter thing. You have to come back on.
Okay, not a problem. Not a problem.
To check up on you.
Sounds like a plan.
Can you say your information? Anybody that wants to reach out to you, how can they reach out to you?
If you are interested in volunteering with us, you can go on my website at www.fuller, F-U-L-L-E-R, Center, LakeCounty.org. There's a button up there that says volunteer. Or you can go on the Community Works website. The Community Works is my other not-for-profit that you can either go out there, or you can call us at 312-450-7680. 312-450-7680. Love you.
All right. Awesome. Thank you so much, Mama Ewing. I appreciate you.
Thanks for the opportunity. This is good.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Y'all have a good one. Peace.